It's weird the kind of shows you get addicted to when you're not expecting to. I wasn't expecting, for example, to spend several hours just glued to the front of my TV waiting to find out who a turd burglar was. But here we are. Thanks, Netflix.
Put the bunny back in the box.
American Vandal is back. The first season focused on who drew a set of dicks on lots of the teachers' cars, and this one ups the ante. This one gives us the turd burglar. There's a brownout where people have had the lemonade spiked with laxatives and they shit everywhere. There's more where that came from. There's a shit cannon, a shit avant-garde. There's a lot of poop. There's a lot of poop in this season. And much like season 1, this is done in the style of a documentary, in the style of something like Making a Murder or The Staircase, both great shows, particularly The Staircase. If you've not seen it, watch it. And what I liked about the first season was how seriously it took it. What worked about American Vandal was that it was funny, but everybody involved in it was treating it like it was something deadly serious, and that's exactly what happens in season 2 as well. If anything, I think I prefer this season to season 1. I mean, the subject matter is so ridiculous, and what we're seeing on screen is horrific, but ridiculous as well. There's a whole tongue-in-cheek aspect to this show that never lets up throughout. But at the same time, it really knows when to be serious. There are moments in this when I wasn't invested because, what's happening on the screen is funny. I was genuinely caring about the characters on the screen. I was genuinely wanting people to be proven innocent. And I was so invested in finding out who the turd burglar was. And credit has to be given to so many people in this. The scripts are so smart on this one. The comedy is never overplayed. It's never done in sort of a slapstick way. The jokes are very subtle, and they're just from the things that people say. Just like there was a line, I can't remember the exact line, but it was something about being a monster if you put a full stop next to an emoji. Just little moments like that just really elevate this. They really make the characters feel like real people. And it's good that nothing's ever overplayed. It's good that the humour's not the main focus here. The drama and the comedy, just slot together so extremely well, and it does so throughout all 8 episodes. And the performances are all great here as well. Like, everybody who gets a major role in this feels like a genuine person. It really does feel like I'm watching an actual documentary. Not something scripted, not something fake, like something that genuinely happened. Like, I feel that these are all real people that I'm watching, because they act like it. They do. Some of them are a little bit over the top. So you have one guy, for example, who's just weirdly into tea. So there are times where it does feel like it could veer off in a slightly stranger direction, but it just about holds on to the realism. And when you're dealing with cat shit being fired out of a cannon, like, that's quite an accomplishment. And the story itself, much like season 1, the story gripped me more than I was expecting, and it did so again here. It's a really good story. It's a really intricate story as well, and I wasn't expecting it to go in any of the directions that it went in. I was always interested to find out who the turd burglar was, and when we got to the reveal, I always worry when we get to a reveal that it's going to be something a bit more out of left field, something just like, oh, okay, it's a bit of a lame way to do it, but this wasn't. There's so many layers to the actual reveal on this one, there's so many layers to the perpetrator, that the end, the resolution is just as strong as the beginning. And for me personally, I find that to be quite a rare thing in these sort of crime shows, in the whodunits, because I always find, as I say, quite a lot of the time it's a little disappointing when you find out who the culprit is. Not so with this. And I love too that this even fixes some of the, not problems as such, but some of the criticisms from season 1, which is, for example, how are 2 school filmmakers meant to get some of the effects that they had in the first? And we get the answer to that here. It was redone for Netflix. The fact that this is a Netflix show is mentioned multiple times, so it really adds to that realism. It really makes you not necessarily believe, like, you know, the things that you see and aren't quite true, but it does make it feel like it is. I think it was a really smart move as well to take the 2 central characters on this one and change the location. If it had been another season set at the same school, I don't think it would have been quite successful. This opens up this show to so many different possibilities for future seasons, and I really hope we get future seasons, because we get not only a whole new mystery, but a whole new set of characters that we don't know. Everybody here, apart from the main 2 guys, are a completely blank slate. And it makes it such a great anthology. Like, I'm really excited to see where this can go next. I mean, I don't know how they'll top the turd burglar, because it's such an outlandish premise that has no right to work. This show has no right to be this good. But it somehow is. So yeah, I'm very excited to see what's next for American Vandal. And I really love too how this delves in to the characters quite a lot. It doesn't just focus on the poop. It gives us an insight into the school itself, into the staff, into the students, and into how people are treated and why people act the way they do. We get people doing some really bad things in this one, but we're given the chance to understand why they do the things that they're doing. And at the same time, you feel for certain characters that are treated badly just because they're not on the basketball team, for example. The people who get special treatment here, people who are just considered almost worthless by the school itself, this shines a light on so much of what's going on. So there's so many layers to American Vandal. I think that's one of the things I appreciate the most. It may be a very, very silly premise. It may be very absurd in pretty much all of the things that it's doing, but it has a heart to it. It has a message. It has the foresight to be serious when it needs to be. And as I mentioned before, being this outlandish but taking itself seriously is the best thing this could have done. This is a comedy, like 100% it is, but it doesn't feel like one. It feels like a serious drama in places, and that's the perfect combination, I think, for a show like this. So this may seem like a brief review. My movie reviews are normally this long, and this is for an entire season, but I didn't want to spoil anything. I just kind of wanted to encourage people to go watch American Vandal. If you've not seen even like season 1, go binge watch both now. They're not overly long seasons and certainly worth your time. And I just wanted to talk about it. I just wanted to say a few thoughts on it. So yeah, this was my review. I'm going to give American Vandal season 2 a 9 out of 10. Have you seen American Vandal either season? If so, let me know your thoughts on them in the comments below. And what did you think was best, Dicks on the Car or the Turd Burglar? Let me know that too. What a strange sentence. Do hit like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more of them. Iron Fist Season 2 review will be coming very soon. I've almost finished it, really liking this season. And look out for more movie reviews coming as well. Episode by episode for Buffy Season 4 will be coming on Monday. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you on the next video.